Namo Himalaya, sending you all love and light. Let us send some positive vibes to the people of Florida. I know you are all watching from somewhere else other than the Florida place. We have to send them positive vibes, sending them love and light a lot. Don't think that there is nothing going to do with my thoughts and everything. Everything is connected. So you are supposed to send them because you're all the light particles. Are you working for the dark energies or something? What? So we are all the light particles and we should send them love. They really need that. One thing you want to understand from the Hurricane Milton. It is a category 5, right? Yes. So the mass exodus happening. It is not something on the other end of the globe it's happening and we cannot like swipe it off. It may happen in my country too. So during that time, how will you react then is what I react today. One thing, the very first and foremost thing, the lesson that the nature is teaching us, actually the nature is teaching us, okay? The nature, what it is teaching is, whatever you do on me, I know how to get back my property. You build a lot of houses, you do a lot of, the industry based on the water, the sea water and everything, the economy based on those waters, everything, even the tourism, the nature knows how to get it back. Once if you start ruining the nature, once if you forget that this is the nature is giving us something, that thought, that feeling, when you start to forget, everything will happen. This doesn't mean that to the people only of Florida. There are so many natural disasters happening, not like seen in this century at all. There are so many floods happening even in my country too. So there is nothing that you are there, nature is teaching you a lesson. No, in my country also the nature is teaching, but nobody is listening. The first point. The second one is that always we are dependent on the matrix, the false matrix. It could be, every time for everything, for each and everything, we are dependent on the metrics or the government, or we were just expecting some leaders or some of the officials to take care of us, each and everyone. We cannot sit and complain that you are supposed to take care of me. Instead, the thing that you should learn how to be independent. We all talk about the freedom of speech, freedom of writing and every stuff, freedom, the right to, to get the medicines or something. I don't want to go deep into that. So this is what I want to tell you. You are not planning to be independent at all. This is what we are continuously telling you. Prepare for the worst. Some things are brewing. It is very hard to break it here and let you know. This is just an initial thing starting to this globe. We are yet to see so many things. So how are we going to handle them up? You are dependent on your home. Doesn't mean that I am telling you not to own a house, own a car. You can experience everything. But now, at a point when some things are getting away from you or pulled away from you, that time you feel very, very low. You got attached to it. You say, once again I'm repeating it, you say the furnitures are non-living things according to the physics that we learn in this globe. Okay? But actually everything has life. Everything has life. Now why do you want, I saw some videos, people are like, they are getting the safety measures for their houses or for their commercial complexes, their shops and everything. After this devastation, we don't know how many of the trees are going to get cut down. all will fly now. What will happen thereafter? Maybe it could be a very bright summer for you then, because so much of the greenery, the trees are being blown. Okay, coming back to the point, people are only worried about the non-living things. Why are you worried about the non-living things? You should have gone and covered up your trees or the garden, the plants, everything. But you are very worried about covering up all the complexes, very much worried about the cars, garages, your, the glass windows. People, I saw those videos, people are very worried about it and they're taking the safety measures or something to put it up. All fine, I do understand it was all because of your hard-earned money that you are now trying to secure it in some way or the other, even though you know that it is going to get devastated because of the hurricane. This is a lesson that you have to see that it has life. It is connected in your life. So much of the things you are contributing yourself to buy a non-living thing, so as in your terms, non-living thing to give you the happiness. But what if I say the full earth, the full planet is yours? We are all discriminated in some basis, the race, the nationality or something. But we are all one. If something happens to you, I am worried. If something happens here, you should be worried too. We cannot live just like that. Everything is connected. Do you agree or not? So you should be learning this lesson. This lesson of the hurricane that teaches us is that nothing is permanent. The permanent one thing which is always is there is ultimately the creator, the universe, the God, or whatever name you keep in your perspective, or the nature. So many times in our channel we are always insisting you to have a beautiful connection with the nature. We always talk about the wind so much. I have a very beautiful connection with the wind. I just love. Now what is happening with the same wind? The wind is blowing and it is termed as hurricane now. I'm not saying as you do not have a connection with the nature that you brought to this situation, but remember one thing. Whatever can happen to anyone, do you agree that you're going to go along with the herd, or you are one who is unique? I mean, entire your family or whoever, especially you. Do you feel you are unique or one among in the herd? If you feel that, no, I'm unique, I need to be getting protected and everything, then you should have made a connection with one of the 5 elements of the nature. Why didn't you? You forgot the nature. Because of the nature, we are sitting here and still breathing. The gravitational pull, yes, it's a nature. Mother Earth, she is very patient. She's very unconditional love she's pouring on us. The sunlight, yes, the photon particles are showering this 2024 and 2025. And what we were doing, we are all running just because of the job, because of the non-living things. In your terms, you need to go and you to run the family, and you have been a slave. And that's all now. You don't know how to handle up a hurricane? Back in the century, there were so many hurricanes. During those times, those were the very strong hurricanes. But how did they overcome? They know how to handle the nature. And the nature will not leave them just like that. So being with the nature, I love them. Being with the animals, hearing the birds chirping, it's really a beautiful music than the frequency that we all hear in terms of the pop, jazz, rock. What kind of a frequency you are inputting inside your ear, and that the brain senses, and the signals are sent to what the body and what you feel, and you get everything manifested in your reality. Nobody is worried about the nature. The few people on this globe are worried about the nature, the climate change, and everything stops happening. But what are you doing? What is your point? Why the gravitational pull still holding you? Something should be there that you forgot. And now this is a beautiful lesson for you all, for everyone across the globe. This is a beautiful lesson to learn from the Florida hurricane, that the nature is watching us, and do not touch the border, the patience that it has upon us. I know we have crossed the border, and now they're starting to react. And these are all the signs of the times that we are in the end times. These all will happen just to cleanse, to cleanse. No worries, sending you all the positive vibrations from the Creator. And the Creator is still watching you and still protecting you. Feel the protection, feel the protection. Everything happens for a divine reason. Trust the life process and then move on. Stay in the present moment. I know you're all worried about your family members and everything, but remember, someone is also at the other end worried about something that you could go and help, go and share the food or the shelter, or even some kind words, positive words to them. And be united. Be united. Please be united, because the more we are united, nobody can break us. If we are breaking up into partitions, into n number of partitions, then there the presence of love fades away. The light fades away. So sending you all love and light. Please be in a gratitude mood. I know, how could you say me to tap with gratitude? A hurricane is blowing up. Of course you need to be in a gratitude mood. Why? Because this breath that you have still inside you is holding up, and you are still alive, that you are still here in this planet. If you are not breathing, then you will not be here, and you will not be watching, and you don't belong to this planet completely. So be grateful whatever happens in your life. Be grateful for the breath you have, because breath is life and breath is everything. Take a deep breath then and there. When you feel like very very hard time to cross over, take a deep breath. Immediately you will be tapping into the present mode, which will help you to become one with the light, oneness with the light, and you will start sharing the light to others. Do not feel confused or calm. It will not serve you anything. Do not tap into the low frequency. Everything happens for a divine reason. Just tap into that process. Even if it happens here, it will be the same scenario. Sending you all love and light, sending you positive vibrations to Florida. Namo Himalaya.